Hi there, welcome to ClickFlow. This is a platform to track your inbound and outbound clicks, manage publishers and advertisers, as well as any campaign for yourself. There's a lot of functionality in here, so I'm going to cut it up into sections so that you can easily understand what each section of the system does. And if you have any questions, there will be an email in the bottom of this video that you can shoot a question to. But let's dig in. So this is what the admin link or login looks like. This is where you would go to manage all the publishers and advertisers and the clicks that are going in between them. So if you're not aware of the terminology of publisher and advertiser, a publisher is someone who delivers clicks. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It can be a campaign on Facebook, driving traffic. It can be email, private solo ad traffic. So there's a lot of different verticals that this system works with, which is so great. And advertisers are the people that receive the clicks. Again, this doesn't have to be a person. It can just be a campaign with a link in it. And the benefit to this is that it's very scalable. It really has no limit to the quantity of publishers or advertisers that you have. And so it's very flexible. So let's go ahead and log in to the publisher side. Before I do that, just a quick note, the only difference between the admin login and the publisher or advertiser login is this right here, core. If you notice, this is the advertiser and publisher. It's a little bit brighter in color, and there is a login without the core. So let's go ahead and log into the admin side. So when you first log into ClickFlow, this is the publisher section. This video will be covering publishers. So we've defined publishers. It's any person or system that drives traffic. This is really great because there's really no limit to how many publishers you add or the type of publisher. So this is your publisher management screen. Now if you look here, there are fields for email, name, and phone. These are just for your information purposes. ID is for tracking. We'll get to that in another video. Clicks per day and clicks yesterday. This is a real quick and easy way to see how many clicks has been sent by this source and how many were sent the day before. And when you click on the profile here, you can set the CPC or the earnings per click, or if you're going by opt-in or lead basis, you can display the total earned by that metric. So it's very flexible, and just to show you all what can be defined for a publisher, this is the publisher profile. So when you create a new publisher, this is what will pop up. I'll just go ahead and take you through that process. You would put the publisher name, the email, phone is not required. Now, the benefit of having a password is twofold. Either you can generate this and let the publisher, if it's a person, use the system so that they can log into this link here and generate their links for each campaign. Or if you want to use it yourself, you can just set it up so that only you can log into this publisher. The only real difference is that with allowing them to log in, you can allow them to create as many campaigns as they want. If you don't want that, then create a separate password for yourself. I just do something easy to remember, like admin123. The rep will all be set to admin. And again, here are the criteria for how you can cost something. So you can go by a click, by an opt-in, by conversion. This is wonderful when you're working with multiple types of sources, right? Because not every source will go by click. Not every publisher will want to pay by opt-in. So this 3 fields right here alone opens the doors to work with any type of traffic source. It is wonderful. So here's the last option. It's called only pixelated. Now we'll get into this later when I go through tracking both on the publisher and the advertiser side, but a pixel essentially is a way to track clicks on a page, which essentially is someone clicking a page or a link. So when a pixel is placed, it allows tracking within the system. So this field allows you to set a publisher to only send to a page that has a pixel. So that's really useful. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Actually, let me define one of these fields so it will accept it. Great. So now that you set this up, let's go ahead and log in to the new publisher we created. So you would come here, type in the password that you use, and boom, we're right here. This is the publisher login. This is what the publisher would see if they log in. So a campaign is used for the clicks, generating the clicks. So this is pretty simple. You just need a name or a title for it. I would advise, if you do create one, to put the date on it as a frame of reference. So today is 6/15. The publisher name, so you can reference who is sending it. Again, it doesn't have to be a person necessarily. It could be Facebook, so you can put Facebook. You can put the offer name. And then you can also put the amount of clicks that you're expecting to be received. So 1,000 clicks. And there you go. This is the URL that will be used to generate traffic. Just to show that this actually does work, I will go into our orders really quick. Note that I have one demo order that goes to Google here. So when we load this link, this new publisher link that I just created, when this is loaded in your browser, you can test it and see if it works. And there you go, we're directed to google.com. So it's really responsive, and it pretty much works the instant you generate it, just like that. The publisher can see the clicks, the amount of opt-ins, if the page has pixels, the conversions, and when we defined the publisher's type of costing, which for us was the cost per click, that will show up here as well for the EPC. And you can also see the total earned. Now something really useful is sub-IDs, right? So this is not even something you need to generate or recreate. This allows you to just put a sub-ID at the end of the publisher's link, so that if a publisher wants to use one link but has different types of traffic coming in, maybe some from Facebook, some from Google AdWords, etc., then you can parse or split up each link that is used so that you can track by sub-IDs. Really useful when you start working with multiple types of traffic for one publisher. So that concludes the publisher section. They can create as many campaigns as they want, so there really is no limit. And to log out, simply click log out. You can manage all publishers here. You can delete them. This key is to reset a password. And again, you can always open the profile settings. So for instance, if you were originally going by cost per click, but now you want to be on a payout system of opt-ins, you can always change it. That is the gist of the publisher section. In the next video, we'll cover advertisers and orders. Before we go, let me touch on payouts. If you have publishers that are sending clicks throughout the month and you don't want to really hassle with managing how many clicks and how much they've earned and whether or not they've been paid out and all the things that come in with being a publisher and being paid for sending traffic, this is a really easy and simple way to manage payments. So two fields that are provided to you are the last payout date, which can easily be changed by mark payout. So if you'll notice, the new publisher we created is set to null. If you click mark payout, it'll generate today's date. So when you pay someone for their clicks, go in here, hit mark payout, and the next time you can remember when you're going to the statistics to set this as the beginning date so you can see how many clicks have been sent since here. Earned since last payment, this will simply mark the dollar amount for you as well. So really good point of reference for when you do manage a lot of publishers, and helps you pay the bills without sending to the wrong people or sending the wrong amount of money. That's the publisher section, and looking forward to the next section.